Fang, a 17-year-old out of the Lee's Badminton Training Center in Richmond Hill, Ontario. And he will be teamed up with Jonathan Lai, a 21-year-old out of Toronto. Do you know much about this Ontario group that we're going to see?
A little bit. I know Jonathan has actually played with Kevin before.
Okay.
So I have coached the two boys together. Yeah, again, I think we'll see a really explosive match here. All four players very skilled, and we'll see, I'm hoping for a very high-paced match.
Any sort of, and we've talked about this a couple of times, but one team has two guys who've already played today. The other two guys haven't played here in front of us today yet.
Yeah, I think that could go either way. Sometimes it's nice to have a match under your belt.
Rhythm, yeah.
You're in the rhythm of the hall, that sort of stuff. You know sort of how the court is playing. So as long as you've got enough in the tank, I would think that would be a little bit of an advantage actually for Austin and Kevin.
When you look at the singles compared to doubles, and we saw Kevin earlier in singles with the two guys on the floor, how much less work is there in doubles? Unless I'm wrong, is there more work in doubles?
It's a little bit different work usually.
Okay, different work?
Yeah, different work, a little bit more explosive. Again, you're not maybe covering as much court, but you're jumping more. You're exerting maybe a little bit more energy. But sometimes when you've got somebody else on the court with you, you're sort of willing to battle a little bit.
Men's doubles, gold medal on the line here. Ontario going up against Alberta. Alberta leading in the bronze medal match as well right now, 17-14 against Quebec on court 2 right next to us. Kevin Lee to serve to start here for gold. And that one a little bit long, bounces out, and Ontario on the board. Out at the other end, Title 1 first serve here, second match of the day for Austin Bauer. And that one drops out as well. A couple of quick points here both ways.
Yeah, sometimes you're just sort of getting used to the speed of the shuttle. It's not a comforting feeling when your first lift is out the back, but
Kevin Lee smashes that one from the back, and all of a sudden Alberta leads 3-1. Lee into the net though, and Ontario pulls back within one. Stanley Fang to serve. That one long. He's the youngest of our four competitors here in the men's double gold final. Lee into the net. It's got to be tough when you sit there and watch your teammate in the back kind of him, and then all of a sudden it comes to you.
Yeah, we definitely try to teach the players to sort of stay engaged even though you're not maybe the one hitting the shuttle.
Excellent job defensively there by Austin Bauer, who looked like he was kind of just hanging on under assault there.
Yeah, Austin does a nice job of sort of moving the shuttle around. Definitely not wanting to put it back into the same spot there.
Fang to serve here for Ontario, and that one right into the net.
6-4.
Yeah, and that might be something that the Alberta team might look to do, is try to put some pressure on the younger player, see if he's sort of up to the moment. So they go after him there.
7-4.
Again, lefty-righty pair for the Ontario team, which can be an advantage but can also be a disadvantage if you're not used to playing with each other.
Okay, it can be an advantage how? Like if you, let's say they are used to playing with each other.
You sort of have some set plays where I'll sort of hit the shuttle cross court hoping that it comes out into my partner's forehand.
Oh, on the return?
So, yeah, and sometimes as a team you sometimes get a little bit confused as to where the other pair's forehand is if there's a lefty-righty.
And it amazes me that you can think about that stuff when the game's moving so quickly. 9-5 Alberta with the lead. Austin Bauer out of Calgary serving here. (10-5) now for Alberta.
10-5.
Excellent start here for the host province. Had to have a quick little reset there for Kevin Lee, who's smiling a little bit. Fang was able to put it home on the second crack.
Yeah, Kevin knows he tried to get a little too cute with that. It was probably best to just put that up into the rafters.
Bauer tried to hammer that one down, just missed. Kevin gets a little bit of a bounce, and that'll bring us to our first set break. 11-7, Alberta leads. What do you think about the start here for Alberta with a couple of guys that you're very familiar with coaching them?
Yeah, I think Kevin and Austin playing fairly steady. I think this is, obviously nice to have a little bit of a lead going into the break. I think that'll let, sort of Kevin relax. Like we saw, he already has one match under his belt, but sometimes, the nerves are still there. From the other side, I know that Stanley's coach is Jennifer, who's speaking to them now. So that's his own coach, so that's a bit of an advantage for him. And you had really high praise for her, saying she was a big reason where he's gotten to where he is today.
At the age of just 17, out of Ontario, had gold at the Yonex 2018 Junior U23 National Championships. That was in doubles. And had a gold at the 2018 Junior Badminton team event. Oh, what a start after the break.
Yeah,
very quick rally.
There, yeah.
12.
Yeah, and Kevin and Austin, even though they haven't played a ton together, they would be a good pair as well. Is that Kevin is very flashy, likes to play fast. Austin does sort of move the shuttle around, likes to sort of, what I would say, change the pace.
Yeah, more of like a strategic player?
Yeah, a little bit. So I think that could be a good complementary partner for Kevin.
Nice bounce there for Alberta.
14.
So how often would they play together in doubles? Like just at this event, or?
I mean, because they're training at the same club, they do play together a fair bit. But as far as tournament-wise, they're not set partners. They each have another set partner who aren't here today.
15.
It's working well so far as they open up a 15-8 lead here in the opening set of our men's double gold medals. Now 16-8. We have seen a couple of times in these gold medal matches today that the momentum can turn pretty quick, though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Fang was able to keep that one in. And now he'll serve for Ontario. Into the net from the 17-year-old.
17-9.
Nice shot there from Bauer.
Yeah, there's an example of Austin sort of just not hitting the shuttle hard, but getting on it early, getting it good angle down. And sometimes those are more effective than if he chose to hit that hard.
Talked about it off the beginning of the broadcast today. A lot of Albertans in the finals today that we've watched here. And you were telling us earlier that Ontario, does very well in the sport as well. Would you say Alberta and Ontario, as we watch them battle here for men's double gold, are the top two provinces in badminton right now? Or
yeah, I would throw BC into the
okay,
mix
BC
there.
in the mix as well.
20. Game point.
I would say usually if you want to call the four big provinces are typically BC, Alberta, Quebec, and Ontario.
Number of competitors from all four of those provinces here today, as Alberta needs 1 point to take this opening set somewhat convincingly. And that will be the opening game, 21-10. Alberta with an excellent start. You couldn't ask for much better, could you, Brian?
You couldn't ask for much better, but sometimes that can work against you, right? Think things are going so well, you haven't really been tested.
Alberta 21-10 in the opening set, in control here in the gold medal final. Alberta will open with the serve here in the second set. Austin Bauer earlier on today, a gold medal in mixed doubles. And Kevin Lee earlier on today, a silver in men's singles. Looking for more here. And a quick start for Kevin Lee.
Yeah, again, great shot from Austin, great serve from Kevin, great placement by Austin.
I was going to say his placement's been sensational, even in the earlier mixed doubles we saw. Kevin got a piece of it. And then Austin finished it. That'll be a point for Ontario. And they'll grab a new shuttle here, trailing 2-1. Austin Bauer just hopping all over that thing.
Yeah, again, Austin sort of putting pressure on without hitting hard.
And now Kevin Lee using a little bit of power. That was too much to handle for Stanley Fang. And Alberta off to a great start here as well, leading 4-1.
Yeah, they're rolling right now.
5-1.
And sometimes that's what it feels like when you're on the other side of this. It feels like, you know, it's an avalanche coming down on you, and you just can't seem to get things going.
Back and forth, and Kevin Lee ends up getting the job done as Lee and Fang exchanged a number of shots there. 6-1 Alberta leads. That one caught Bauer in an interesting spot.
Yeah,
Bauer's
again,
just
nice
eating his serve alive here.
Yeah, he's played well today.
Did you change it up when you're serving to him? You gotta try to drive him a little bit deeper, or what do you do?
Yeah, you definitely got to try to move it around. Sometimes it's just a matter of changing your cadence, meaning sort of holding your serve a bit. If you feel like a guy is sort of timing his movement on you.
Good reach there. And finally, Fang is able to stop the bleeding here a little bit. 8-3 Ontario trails. Once again, Bauer jumps all over it. He's kind of having his way with Ontario right now. Little roll over the net there from Jonathan Lai. And once again, the power from Bauer, too much there for Fang to handle, and Alberta takes command 10-4. Too much that time from Bauer. And Bauer finishes that one off. And it is Alberta in complete control here against Ontario. They lead 11-5, looking for a gold medal. Welcome back, and a much-deserved drink there for Austin Bauer, who's been sensational here in the men's double final, and his teammate Kevin Lee has been very good as well.
Yeah, both players playing well. They're really complementing each other nicely. Like I say, Kevin's got excellent hands and really pushing the pace, and Austin sort of can change that pace up when necessary. They're definitely rolling, but we'll see if Ontario can stop the bleeding a bit.
Back underway, first point there after the break to Ontario. And here a little cheer there from Lee. He does not want to finish with 2 silvers today, does he, Brian?
No, like I said, I'm sure it'll make the pain of the first match dissipate if he's able to win this one.
13-6.
And he's playing well, so that's great for him.
13-5. Almost looks like he has more jump here than he did in the men's singles earlier. Excellent work from both Bauer and Lee. All areas of the court covered.
6.
They
Yeah,
now
that would-
lead 14-5.
And that would be sort of a typical men's doubles rally where the front court player sort of finishing off what the back court player has set up for them. Nice hit from Jonathan there.
So the backcourt player keeps it alive, keeps it alive, keeps it alive, and then
Yeah, it's so hard to win
Yeah.
points from the back. It's hard to hit through, so you're sort of trying to hit spots where enables your partner in the front to sort of finish off the rally.
a little bit of a kill shot from the front.
15-7.
15-7, the lead for Alberta. Bauer was going to make no mistake there as he smashes that one home.
Yeah, Ontario net rolled the shuttle. He net rolled it back and then finished it off.
That one will drop just outside the line. 21-10, a win in the first set here for Alberta. And they now lead 17-8, making it look almost easy.
Yeah, Austin's really received well in this game.
Nice play there from Lee. And Bauer finds some room just inside the line to hammer it home. It's march towards a gold medal continues here for Alberta. Bauer again splits the two defenders, makes it 19-8.
19-8.
Yeah, I think the little bit of the inexperience from Stanley here is showing a little bit.
Service over. 9-19.
Not an easy situation to be in when you're 17 and everybody else on the court is in their 20s.
That one just falls out.
20. Match point 9.
Gold medal match point here for Alberta, leading 29. Austin Bauer with the serve, drops it back. Lee. And Bauer finishes it for a convincing gold medal for Alberta, the second of the day for Austin Bauer, and a silver and a gold today for Kevin Lee. And of all the gold medal matches we watched today, this one goes 21-10 in the first set, 21-9 in the second, and a convincing victory for a couple of your students.
Yeah, happy for them. They played well. Would have liked to seen a bit of a more competitive match, but sometimes that's what happens. But yeah, a lot to do with how well the boys played. This is actually a rally that they probably thought they'd won there, but stayed with it. And I think Jonathan actually got called on a net fault there at the end, but well deserved from Austin and Kevin.
Austin Bauer, Kevin Lee for Alberta, gold medalists here to wrap up a day of badminton at the Canada Games Centre in Red Deer. It will be silver medals for 17-year-old Stanley Fang and 21-year-old Jonathan Lai. We talked about Alberta coming in. This was a good day for Alberta here, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'd have to think that the Team Alberta, the coaches are feeling pretty good going into the team event, which I believe starts tomorrow. I think that would be sort of their next objective, was to try to podium for the team event.
Alberta takes home mixed doubles gold and finishes it up with men's doubles gold as well here. So the host putting on quite a show in badminton at the Canada Games in Red Deer.